Sovereign self, healing in the absence of accountability. How do you find peace when someone has wronged you and they just won't admit it? They can't or won't see it. Trauma draws you to need others' apology, accountability, and reassurance to allow ourselves to heal, grow, or evolve. That's not a weakness, it's an adaptation. It's an attempt to create inner safety by influencing the outer world. This need for external validation is especially challenging when the source of a wound is a system, culture, or an institution that can't offer a personal apology or be swayed to take accountability. To a traumatized individual, sovereignty, self healing, and perspective shifting can feel like don't need anyone or don't feel that way. Trauma can scramble your inner compass. It's your nervous system just trying to survive. So, what do? Hone your self importance. You're not more important, you're equally essential. In this context, this means you're not the main character. You're essential, as in you're the one who must stay clear. In the dynamic of offender and defender, you're not elevated by having been hurt. The spotlight isn't on you at all, it's on the offender's shadow that's come to light. This deeply overlaps not taking anything personally, which dissolves the story, whereas self importance is relating to the identity of self. Honing your self importance is keeping your inner compass pointing in a steady direction instead of spinning wildly around other people's behavior. It's not up to you to force someone to take accountability. You don't control others. When someone wrongs you, it's completely your responsibility to deal with it internally and to protect yourself externally. When we try to control it externally, we're just fighting the offender's perception, which usually reinforces it. Honing self importance removes the chokehold that trauma creates, where you believe your inner world can't shift until someone else's outer world does. Your healing doesn't have to wait for someone else to behave differently. Be impeccable with your word. You control how you allow others to treat you with your communication. Be clear of what boundaries have been crossed. It's important to communicate that respectfully. Lead by example. Don't let yourself be framed by their perception. It's not about taking the hit, it's about allowing space for the curiosity to organically arise in them that leads to the realization that they're truly just hitting themselves. If they're abusing others, we can inform them of our experiences while acknowledging the offender's humanity and struggles. So if they experience the same thing, they also understand to not take it personally. They have someone to turn to, or even take preventative measures so they don't end up in the same boat. However, it's up to them as well to make their own decisions. Exercise your sovereignty. A heartfelt apology is validating, but it doesn't actually do anything for you to make it better. Sovereignty is about internal healing, but it isn't tied to the need or natural consequences of external justice. You're only responsible for yourself and the things you can control. Self reliance isn't about isolation, it's about orientation. Even if someone takes full accountability for their wrongdoings, it's up to you to be able to grow through it, to truly move past it without a wound that's festering resentment and affecting your relationship with yourself and others. Self reliance isn't a refusal for help, it's a refusal to be held hostage. Your perception of the world is externally influenced your whole life until you start intentionally influencing it yourself. Do you want to see people as evil, or do you want to see that everyone's behavior is rooted in love and everyone has their own shadows? Do you want to see yourself as a victim or as a sovereign being who thrives through challenges? Don't take anything personally. Every personal attack against you was never even about you. It was about their unintegrated shadow. You were just the canvas they threw paint at because you were in front of them at the time. Someone else's actions aren't a reflection of your worth. Everything they did came to fruition in an energetic ecosystem that you're entirely removed from. Their perception has been molded by their trauma, their inherited biases, the false sense of security of their belief system, and their feeble attempt to control what the world should look like. Stick to your guns. Saying no to mistreatment is saying yes to healthy relationships. You may think, but they're my partner, they're my family, it's a holiday, I'm dependent on them, or even get drawn into the nostalgia of the good times, but don't make excuses. Don't let the fear of losing someone jeopardize your self love. Don't compare or generalize events into a reduction of its true nature and impact. Every situation is unique and needs to be addressed individually. It's the little losses of yourself that we accept that turn into unhealthy dynamics that stand in the way of something better forming. These steps allow you to stop identifying as the projection of another person's shadow. You stop the cycle of depending on others validating your experience and reinforcing your role as a victim. Once you're centered in your truth rather than someone else's actions, you're far more available to be supported in therapy, by friends and community, and able to exercise vulnerability with a foundation of inner freedom. While this is all deeply rooted in personal sovereignty, which is the end goal, for a traumatized individual, accessing these vulnerable parts of themselves with the support of a trusted, supportive witness can be a powerful tool for transformation. Since these traumatic scenarios are typically relating to social dynamics, witnessing and validation through authentic, love based human connection can play a massive help in experiencing a potentially newfound dynamic of care and attention that you truly deserve. You are a spark of love in this world. The more you recognize and identify with that, the more love you will see in yourself and in turn in others. You'll have more capacity to not just see shadows, but hold them in love, knowing they show up for protection. You can work with them, integrate them into useful messages that you can listen deeply to, and take action in thoughtful, benevolent ways. My door is always open for anyone seeking the opportunity to have space held for them to process their experiences in a supportive, inspiring environment of authentic connection. If you resonate with this material, there's lots more on jwesley.ca, including my new book, Love Over Fear, A Foundation for Autonomy. And you can get the free Love Over Fear embodiment course on the website. If you feel called to reach out, please do. I'd love to hear from each and every one of you. If you like what you see in the video, make sure to follow, like, and share. And let me know what you think of the video in the comments.